Hey everybody, this is Mike at Angler Sports Center. This is LJ with GEye Jigs, the man, the myth, the legend. And so we want to give you guys some relevant talking points. LJ came to us and he was like, I'm really excited about
this Diezel Minnow, man.
Yeah.
The 7-inch ZMan Diezel Minnow. They came out, and Anglers has all three of these colors. We got the hot chartreuse, the smoky shad, and of course the pearl. And these are great colors for the fall. So what I wanted to do is introduce these baits to you, tell you how to rig them onto your GEye jigs, and then from there tell you how to, the best tactics to use to catch fish with them. So what you got here is ZMan. They did a really good job putting a nice fat body in here. These perfectly match the bunker this time of year in the fall.
The profile is one of the best parts of
Look at this. Can't do that with plastisol.
No,
this is a Lazy Tech. It's very durable bait. They're gonna
roll up and down the bay, and
if you slap these on your umbrella, start trolling them, they're gonna last you the whole.
Yeah, they're not
the fall season. You're done. Once you buy a few packs of these, you own it. Unless you lose your rig.
Yeah,
that's hard to do, but it can happen. So, all right. So we talked about the baits. Let me talk a little bit about the colors. This is more of a clear water color. Your pearl. A little dirtier water, you're going to hit this, and then when you start going in lower light conditions, you get more of a natural color. So just the overall general for colors. What I want to talk about is rigging them with the GEye jigs. So I have a couple of different sizes of baits here. I got 3. This is the Houdini. I didn't introduce that. That's not the 7-inch, but it's the Houdini by ZMan. It's one of their Diezel Minnows. But when one of the things about the GEye jig is that the mating surface, we have a patent on our jig head design, and I spec'd out the mating surface here where the lures match up to your soft plastic baits. Whether you got the 1 ounce, the 1.5 ounce, or the 2 ounce, they're all the same mating surface here where they match up into your baits. So it's going to give you the same profile. ZMan did good here for us because what they did with this bait was this still specs out real well when you match it up and you get a nice profile. So let me talk about the 2 different ways to rig these baits. So the way I like to do it is simply come straight down the bait, and they have a cut here. I don't know if you can see the cut in the belly. Come down and come right out the cut. All right, and what you want to do is you can't be too rough with these baits, and what I like to do is I shove the keeper tines in my GEye jigs all the way up. So you got that basically.
So you want that entire keeper in the cavity.
Yeah, well, I like to expose it.
Yeah.
Unlike plastisol, I'll put the glue on first and then put the shove the plastisol up into it. But what I do with the ZMan is I go ahead and do this and expose the keeper tine. ZMan recommends this Loctite super glue gel. You can get it pretty much anywhere. The difference between this glue and the other glues is that it won't dry out the Lazy Tech as much, and so it'll last you through the season. It won't kind of dry rot the bait up in the keeper tines and eventually get bad. So simply shove those keeper tines all the way up like this, expose them, and just simply put a couple of drops in here, and just put a couple of drops in, or just a little bit of moisture in here, and then you want to take the bait and just simply give it the look that you want. And then on the other side, if this is the way you're going to rig your bait, some people might say this is upside down, but we'll talk about that next. But
I'm so outraged right now, I can't even tell.
And then take some more of your glue and stick in here, and then come on here to the other side and stick some more glue in there. Just a little bit. It doesn't take much. It's crazy glue. It doesn't take much. All right, now we'll talk about techniques next. So if you don't want to rig this upside down, as some people call it, then you just simply take your ZMan and go the other end here, and you're done. So this one didn't come out quite right, so I'm going to twist it around here. It's not quite center because it didn't come out through the thread.
We get the picture.
Okay, all right, good enough. So we'll leave that at that. So let's talk about different techniques that you're going to use. So this one here is rigged straight or regular, some people will call it. And what you want to do with that, you just simply cast it out, and you're going to vary the fall with it. So you're going to cast out and give it like 3 1/1000s. and you cast it out the next time and drop it down 5 1,000ths, and it's a straight retrieve. The thing about a GEye jig on your ZMans is when this paddle tail is going through the water, this head is going like this, straight through. It has great action. It's a great,
nice little wobble to it.
Yeah, and so whether you're trolling it or casting it, you're going to get the same effect. Now, as I was saying when we were talking initially, like some people were saying that this bait was upside down, and I say it's not, because if you're jigging, the second technique that you want to do is cast it out, and this is a 1.5 ounce. I tend to always go with the 1.5 ounce in a fall because I'm only fishing 30 plus feet of water. I want to get the bait down, and I want it to get to the bottom.
Right.
Those big fish are down there. They're waiting on those baits that are getting knocked around up on top, and it's not uncommon to find a bait that's upside down that they're going to feed on. That's down at the bottom. It's normal.
Yeah.
And that's still going to give you the action. It doesn't really take an action of your jerk baits. Do more of a lift it up and let it fall. Lift it up and let it fall. Don't let slack in your line. Just lift it up, let it fall. If you want to mix it up, you can do that, but eventually you're going to find that technique or that presentation that's really going to catch.
Yeah, so a lot less of the snap jigging.
Yeah,
and
that's what's nice about it. It's like my dad has tennis elbow, and he can't just crack the whip all day.
And the great part of these long baits is you look at how much exposed plastic you have there. That's going to get so much action, and once you feel these baits too, just the way the I don't know what the elasticity that it has. If you take a regular 7-inch shad and do this, you're not getting that same wiggle. So it definitely doesn't take much to get a lot of action on that tail.
That's true. Another nice thing, I don't know if another characteristic of this bait is Elazitech floats. So look at all that Elazitech here. If you drop this on the bottom, it's not going to lay like this. It's going to lay like that.
Jumbo Ned rig.
Yeah, it's going to be like a Ned rig. It's going to sit just like this. It's going to float.
You heard he patented it first, so.
No, but just understand what's going on at the end of your line down there, right?
Absolutely.
So it's not laying flat like a plastisol bait will. It's going to sit there like this, and it can still grab hold.
And there's a lot of advantages to fishing a bait that sits for a minute, especially in colder seasons. Fish aren't quite as active. They're not necessarily just swimming up on a bait, so getting in there, letting that scent
slower.
dip in.
That's the presentation that they're feeding on, and that's what they're going to pick up on.
Yeah, that's
so 7-inch Diezel Minnows by ZMan, rigged up to our patented GEye jigs with our spec'd out mating surfaces, give you a nice profile, and then rig your baits, whether it's through the belly upside down and use the presentation for that, or go ahead and rig it up straight through, troll with them, cast them out, and reel them back in, and you're going to have a great fall season with these brand new baits from ZMan.
And how long are you going to fish these size baits through?
I'll fish these all through the winter.
And so that's
absolutely,
yeah,
all through the winter.
Catch and release after December,
absolutely,
right? Until the water really starts.
All through the winter.
All through the winter. That's
from
great.
Now through the winter into the spring.
So the customers are going to want to know. We've got our low lights, our this and that, but you got to pick one Diezel Minnow. Which color are you going with out of the three? You got to pick one.
If I picked one, I'd go hot chartreuse.
Hot chartreuse.
I got to tell you though, in the fall, I'll go to hot chartreuse in the winter, and in the fall, it's pearl.
Yeah.
And I haven't had a chance to play with the smoky shad as much, and the Houdinis. But those are the two pieces.
And the smoky shad, the last 2 years, for whatever reason, and all ZMan colors have been really hot. I know a lot of our guys who fish a lot have really been kind of, you can see they're kind of inching more toward that color. So something's working.
I know.
With
it's and it has blues in here also, which that's the last color you lose in a water column. And the glitter in this bait, rockfish, it imitates scales in fish, and rockfish don't eat baits without scales on them. So. It's a fact. Like guys that live line, if they set the hook too soon and they bring the spot in and it's got scales missing, might as well throw the bait away. Because what a rockfish will do is he picks up that bait, that spot, and he uses those sandpaper teeth of his, and he scrubs scales off of each side of the bait before he swallows it head first. That's why you give it that 6-10 count before you set the hook on those guys. And you throw a bait out there without scales on them, they're not going to touch it. It's not a live one anyway.
And let's give a little we're also kind of working on a new color.
Yeah.
This isn't actually real color. He's going to change it, but
Yeah.
This is kind of a nice look,
It's
like
a
you're showing to
custom
go.
pearl. Show them the pearl side. That's pearl with a glitter, a holographic glitter that I put in there. And I actually like that the green color there is a natural color. The flake is not quite right yet, and I want to put some different flake in there for some fluorescence, a little additive in there.
But the point is, in the next few months,
Well,
we're probably going to see this on the
check
shelves
it out.
pretty
The
soon.
black light is pretty crazy.
It looks good. It looks real good. I'm sure we'll do another post once this is an active product.
The thing of it is like black light. Yeah, so what? Well, black light is man-made UV light. And
Right.
when you get down the water column in the Chesapeake Bay, you lose the white light because of all the zooplankton. And so that's where the UV light comes in, and fish use UV light to feed on. That's what's so important about UV enhanced baits. They can find the bait better.
Yeah.
That way. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is really good stuff. Definitely all for the here and now. And like you were saying, more 1.5, 2 ounces is kind of what we're doing on these.
Yeah, right now today I'm using 1, but coming in here in a month or so, I'm gonna start putting on that 1.5 and a 2 as the fish start to move deeper.
Perfect. Thanks for coming out, LJ. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.